Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you being here. We're gonna do something different. I got water tanks here. You're probably wondering, what am I gonna talk about today? Well, if you hit the link, you already know what we're gonna talk about today. Even though I'm a big outdoorsman, we do a lot of hunting. We do a lot of videos with on hogs and hunts, all those different things. We do reviews on thermal and night vision. We do radios. We do all kinds of stuff. So I kind of just been enjoying this whole process of preparedness. I really like it, and so I wanted to share some things with you on this video on how you can be more prepared in your home. Here recently, just the world is crazy, and I know you guys are all watching this and you're going, "What the heck is going on?" I'm wondering what the heck is going on. Crazy stuff every single day, something different. Well, here's one of the things I've learned. So is you kind of want to be prepared for things that are going on. So there's a lot of things. It's just not all the crazy stuff you're seeing on the news. But you also want to make sure that you're prepared for disasters. Okay, so right now, I mean, check out these pictures right here. This is my buddy driving down. He's I believe he's a firefighter. Or he's some type of emergency response unit. The fires in California. Boy, that's some scary stuff. And I mean, I wouldn't want to see any of those guys put in that position. I can't even imagine them fighting these fires. But imagine the people that are there. They're freaking out. Is their house going to get burned up? Are they ready? Are they prepared? How are they going to deal with those situations? So here is one of the things that I wanted to talk about. For us here in Texas, we just not too long ago had the recent the freezes. It got pretty cold here. We're not used to it getting that cold. It's really not that bad, but for us, it's not a norm. So we lost power. We lost, and in some places that lost power, lost water. Some people couldn't even get water. I happen to live in a place where if I lose the grid, it's a co-op. Where our water, the pump station, it's a co-op, and it's ran by electric pumps. Which means if I lose power in this area, I lose water. Period. So I'm SOL. I won't have any water. Luckily enough, I am married to an awesome woman that knows exactly what she needs to do to prepare. She's been preparing a heck of a lot longer than I have. She's big on food storage. She's big on water storage. I tell you what, it was pretty comical. I told her how many. You see these the packets of water right here? It's a 40 pack, 40 bottles in this pack. Okay. I always used to mess with her. How many of these do you think we actually need around the house? Guess what? When the winter storm hit, we needed the water. I laugh because I'm not going to kid you. 40 in this packet. We had about 1,000 bottles. You figure how many packets that is. But I counted all the packets and that added to about 1,000 bottles of water, which is cool because you know what? We use a lot of water. We had family here. Used a lot of water. We didn't even get anywhere near half the water supply that we had. We lost power for over a week. No water. So here's the interesting part. No water, no pressure, no showers, no toilets, none of that. So what do? Okay, so what I ended up having to do is, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how do we prepare for these kind of things. In this case, on the water side, what I ended up figuring out while we were good with plenty of drinking water, that wasn't an issue, we were good, is I didn't have any real water source for anything to be able to bathe with, to wash with, to flush the toilet with. So what I ended up having to do is, and this is what I want to share with you is there's a lot of people that stress out about, hey, I don't have water storage or a place to put it. How do I prepare for it? Well, let me tell you what I did, and then if it's something that hopefully it helps you out, do the same exact thing. What I ended up realizing at that point is, and it's a wrong time to learn when something happens. Luckily enough, it wasn't extremely bad, and as far as being able to find water. So the good thing was, I was able to adapt. So now, because we've learned something, we adapted, we're going to be pretty good. We're not going to have an issue, and I want you to be able to do the same thing. So here's what I did. This is what I learned. So we were good with water here. So we decided that I got to have more water during that time. So contacted a friend, told him, hey, I'm going to come over to your place and you help me out. I'm going to get some buckets and I'm going to get some water. I ended up going to Tractor Supply, got these 5-gallon buckets. They're roughly running about $5-6. They're not cheap. They're not expensive either. But there's different types of sources that you can get. That you can block, one's stackable, one's different ones. I wanted these because these were also stackable. Okay, 5-gallon buckets, pretty simple to stack. So I got some of these, got about 10 of them, went over to his house, filled them up with water, and then I brought them back, stacked them up. Now I had water for the toilet, and then believe it or not, I actually had something to be able to take a shower. It's cool. It is a cool little device. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to do that in a different video. It's pretty cool. But I'll show, but the so okay, moving on. I get stuck and I get excited about some of those things I want to talk about, but I can't. So we'll talk about that one on a different one. So I did that. So I was good. Now I'm good. I have water. But was it enough water? I didn't think it was enough water. So I got about 50 gallons of water. I go, I need to graduate a little bit more. We ended up going and getting these 5-gallon ones. And we went up to about 100 gallons, okay? And then I'm like, you know what? It's not a lot, but they're a pain in the butt to store that style. So now we went to this right here. This is the 55-gallon drum, okay? Mind you, by the way, you can buy these. You can buy these anywhere. Like, these are a Tractor Supply. They run about $100. You know, some people are saying, why am I going to spend $100? I can go get them. I can get them for about $10 anywhere. You can't get them anywhere for about 10, $20, easy. But you don't know what's in there, okay? You don't know what did it hold in there, and is it safe to put water in there and for your family, okay, for drinking water? I don't know if I want to take that chance, you know, but it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do, how to do it, and where to go, and whatever, you know. So that's up to you. They have them out there, you can. But if you do get a used one, make sure it's cleaned. Make sure it's a trustworthy source. That you know it's not going to affect you. That leach into the plastic. So, but if you just want to get to be safe, you know, for $100 at Tractor Supply, you don't have to worry about it. So you go on Walmart, even I think Walmart sells them, and you can order them, and probably Amazon does too. So you can order these things, okay? 55-gallon. You get several of these, and you have several hundred gallons. But here's the thing. So now, so that was what I graduated to. So now here's the thing: is I've got these buckets. I've got this one here. It takes a lot of room, and then, oh, by the way, it's hard to get the water out of in here. You got to do a pump on this one, or you got to turn it sideways, put a valve on it, and it takes up even more room. So here's the thing: is a lot of us are very not self-conscious, but really thinking about how can I maximize a space. So I am really, really excited because I just graduated to these tanks. This will be a different video. I'll explain it. But these tanks, I'll tell you about the company in a different video. We're going to put it together, and you can see it on a different video. But for right now, these are two separate tanks right here. They're 160-gallon tanks, 320 total. More water. So my last video said more power, I want more water. So what's cool about this too is I've got a valve at the top, valve at the bottom. So I got a valve at the bottom if I need to let the water out to change it, or whatever the case may be, or empty it out. It's easy. And oh, by the way, I've got one here a little bit higher, which allows me to put a 5-gallon bucket underneath it if I want to fill a 5-gallon bucket. So pretty cool on these tanks, and they're stackable. This is in my garage. Okay, so really only about 29 inches deep, about 30 some odd 29 inches wide, about 30 some odd inches deep, and it's going to go up against the wall. It's about 7 foot tall, maybe. So which is pretty cool. Fits in pretty much any garage. So they're expensive. I won't lie to you. These right here ran me about $800 to get the pair. But I'm paying for the convenience and the access to water. So now if we get another freeze, Mama doesn't have to go outside at all out in the cold. Open up the garage, come in here and get some water. We're good. And oh, by the way, we're going to tie this to a system with a pump to be able to pressurize the line when we lose water, to be able to take showers. That's a whole other video. But water storage. These are some cool options. Okay, now there's other options out there. There's stackable bricks you can buy. They're pretty cool, so you can stick them under your bed, whatever the case may be, make it a little bit easier. You can buy gallon jugs. It doesn't really matter to me what step you get. The biggest thing I just want to make sure that I share with you, look, there's a lot of options. Don't not be ready for a situation because you didn't prepare, because you felt that there was no option to be able to store. There's tons of options. There's, like I said, there's like 4-gallon, 3-gallon, 5-gallon squares that are stackable. Stick them under the bed. Buckets that you can put in closets if you need to. You know, water bottles, the same thing that you can stick under the beds as well and stack them up. Make sure that you're prepared so you're not like a lot of people during the last winter storm. They just couldn't get water, and it ended up being like toilet paper. When toilet paper went crazy, nobody could get the toilet paper. Go figure that out. I still have yet to figure out why the toilet paper. I don't know. So somebody please explain it in the comments why it was specifically the toilet paper what everybody went crazy about. But during the winter storm, water was a hard thing to get. And you know what? Even getting hits in line for propane and gas for generators. So make sure that you are prepared. Okay, we're gonna talk about other stuff to prepare for the winter time or the summertime. But you want to make sure that you have water. No, by the way, especially during the summer, it's hot. You need to be able to drink water, so make sure that you have water storage. Do not wait till the last second and then be caught off guard. Okay, now here's another thing I will tell you as well is when you get water, whatever storage you get, make sure it's a dark container. The reason it's a dark container is if you have a clear container, clear or light, the light hits it, it allows things to grow. Any microorganisms in there can grow, can live. But in the dark, if it was stored in dark containers or in a dark area, even with the clear bottles, cover them up and put them in the closet, put them under the bed, whatever. Just make sure that they're covered so no microorganisms are going in here as well. But these, like I said, are the color that they are, the darkness that they are, the thickness that they are, to protect against those kind of things. That's why I have the red buckets, the blue buckets, blue buckets as well. So for the water, in case I want to use those to drinking. Okay. Now the only other thing I would tell you is just make sure that you do your homework on how to treat the water when you get ready to drink it. You don't have to treat it when you put it in. Just make sure that you treat it when you take it out. And oh, by the way, you know what? I recommend that you're rotating the water as well. Use the water. Don't just drain it and not use it. I don't care. Once in a while, use it. Wash your car. Water the garden with it. Whatever you're doing. Okay. So so rotate your water. And I think they say every 6 months is a good idea to do it. So do your homework. Take a look at it. Same thing. Do your homework as far as how much water when it comes to tablets. You should have something. Guess what? When you lose power of the grid, you should have something, and I will. As a matter of fact, I need to take to the side that says, hey, when you take this much water out, here's the tablets over here attached. Make sure you put these many tablets and this much water to purify the water, or you're going to heat the water, or you're going to put it in a Berkey or some kind of filtration system. So that's pretty much it. That's the biggest thing I wanted to share with you. Again, I'm enjoying this whole thing about discussing about self-sufficiency, not having to worry. It's at the end of the day, if something happens, here's the truth. You got to be ready for this truth. You're not going to like it. If something happens, you lose power, you lose water. There's a fire, whatever. There's a hurricane, and it knocks. Nobody's coming for you. Nobody's coming to help you. The only people that are going to come and help you is your group, your friends. And hopefully you built a relationship and you develop a community that's going to be there to be able to help you. Because nobody is coming to save you, not the government. Okay, and all emergency services, more than likely, in those situations, they're going to be running all over the place trying to fix the things that are causing it. And unfortunately, in winter storms, you can't stop winter. And oh, by the way, when the power shuts down, they're too busy trying to fix the power, and they don't know who's in trouble and getting to the people that are in trouble. So be prepared. This is what this video is about making sure that you understand some of the options to be able to store water and go and doing it, being prepared. So you don't have to spend the big dollar one. You can spend the $100 one. If that's still too much, you can spend the $5 buckets and then slowly fill those up. That's what I recommend. Get the go to Costco or wherever you go to, get the water bottles, but get some water storage. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you're ready. Make sure your family take care of it. And remember, I think the average is say to have 3 gallons per person per day. You know what? A lot of us agree that 1 gallon per person per day is good enough. And that's not including for bathing or any of that stuff. That's for basically drinking and being able to cook with. 1 gallon per person per day is the recommendation. So make sure you're prepared. So other than that, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me on my channel and allowing me to share with you some of the things to make you more prepared and be ready so that you can take care of yourself, because in reality, nobody's going to be there for you. It sucks. The truth is the truth, and I want you to be okay. And a good example of this, remember, not too long ago during all the riots that were going on in the precinct that got took over, forget what town, city, or that was in state, where the precinct got taken over, and then that whole blocks got taken over by the rioters. Well, guess what? Imagine the people that were within that area, and they had access to nothing. And now they're at the mercy of these bunch of crazy people that are around their apartments, that are probably going to their apartments trying to get food to subsist and water. So you know what? You may not be able to go and get it. If you have it already and you're ready, you can hold up. You'll be okay. You don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about other people until help does arrive or things get fixed or corrected. Thanks for watching. I hope you take it all seriously. You get prepared. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family, and we'll see you again on a different video. The next one, I think we're going to go ahead and set this up. I'm looking forward to it. Come and hang out. See, and I'll let you know more about it. I think I'm done. I'm done. We'll talk to you later.